Hello again. We are doing lessons on how to improve the grammatical part. And here in this particular video, I'm going to show you some of the most common mistakes committed by the IELTS test takers. And we'll try to see those mistakes. And I'll give you a chance that you can catch those mistakes, and then I'll show you the answer, right? So let's start with the first one. So the given two graph shows how the elderly people are affected by increasing level of pollution. Okay, so let's see the solution. Firstly, it should be capital letter, right? See the and two, so it should be grabs, right? If two, then it should be grabs. And once it's a grab, so we cannot use the word shows, so we have to use show. So very basic type of mistake which is made by test takers, right? Let's move to the second one. For the first 3 years, the number of students rose. However, it dipped over the next 3 years, right? Let's check it out. So there is no mistake here, but here we cannot use however with a comma like this. Not only however, nevertheless, furthermore, moreover, in contrast, anything like that, we cannot use just by giving comma. That's not acceptable. So either give a full stop and start the sentence because this is used between two sentences, but is an alternative that you can use if anyhow you want to use it without giving full stop. Another solution is you have to give this semicolon. With this semicolon, I have already discussed that. We can use it, right? So sure, and then comma, semicolon, comma. You can never miss this comma here with all those connectors that I just talked about. Okay, let's move to the next one. The number of people who like soda increased exponentially. Let's see what's the mistake here. Likes, okay. So it is, we have here people, the subject who is representing people, but still we are using likes, right? Why? Because the subject is the number of, so the number is a singular subject. It should take likes. It should not follow people because people is not the subject. So many a time you can see this kind of expressions, phrases, where we have a noun after of. So this is not the subject actually. The subject is the number. So the verb should follow the number. All right. Let's see the next example. Now the number of parks are increased. Right. So well, it sounds okay. Let's see what's the mistake here. Okay, the number of parts is fine, but we cannot see are increased because this is a passive voice. And when we talk about any development, we have to say has been increased. If you say the number of parks are increased in active voice, it means somebody increased the number of parks. It seems like this is a sentence of somebody increases. It seems like it happens daily, right? So the meaning is totally different. Somebody increases the size of the park daily, so it should be has been. And you have to be careful about this kind of use. We should not use like is done, is increased in graphics, because most of the time action comes from the past and continue until a time in the present, so we have to use has been here, right? That's fine. Let's take the next example. A majority of people were decided to live in urban area. Can you catch the mistake? Can you catch? No? Yes? Okay, fine. Anyway, check this. So a majority of people, or simply people, were decided to live. That's not a correct sentence. People were decided, it means it sounds like people are decided upon by somebody else, which is not possible, right? So actually people have taken this action of decision making, so we have to use active voice, and this mistakes is again made a lot. So majority of people decided to live in urban area. Right? Okay. Let's move to the next question. This is the next one. 2016 witnessed 20% of increase in the unemployed youth. Again, this mistake is, I have seen many students are making this mistake when they are not aware about the usage of percent and percentage. Let's see the answer. So 20 cannot be, any numeric cannot be followed by percentage. We have to use percent. So 20%, we can just say higher percentage of when you are not mentioning the numeric, right? Is it clear to you? Be careful about this. Next one, okay, again, it sounds similar to some extent. More higher percentage of people like to take non-veg food over the next 4 years. Okay, so what's the problem here? Can you see what's the problem here? Percentage is fine. You can see percentage is fine. So let's see what's the problem here. Okay, the more is wrong here. So can you tell me why? Because we cannot use two comparative words together. Higher is the comparative form of high. So it's already comparative form. So we cannot add more before that. More is only used, and we have already discussed that. More is only used when we talk about words with longer syllables. Is to simplify it, longer words. For example, expensive or beautiful. So there you need to say more expensive, more beautiful, because there is no word like expensiver. But here it's already comparative form, so we cannot say more larger, more higher, more bigger, more smaller, more wider. Those are a wrong use of comparative. Right. Let's move to the next one. The given graph gives many informations about the type of accommodation people prefer while settling abroad. Right. So what's the mistake here? That's right. Okay. So what you can see here is we cannot say many informations. We have to say a lot of information. The reason, information is an uncountable noun, so we cannot use s, we cannot use many. If we have to use, we can use word like a lot of information, which can be used before countable and uncountable noun both, right? Or we can use much information, and you can also use many pieces of information if it has to be used anyway, but you cannot say many information. All right, so those were the mistakes mostly made by IELTS test taker. There can be many. You need to keep checking the way it has been used in my writing, and the grammatical rules has been discussed here. Right? Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next video soon. Bye for now.